Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Episode 33 of My Panther Pride. Man, Jesse, decent football over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go exactly how we wanted it to,
No,
but
but it was
how
a
you
valiant
feeling?
effort. I'm not mad.
You had a
I'm
good weekend?
frustrated.
Good long weekend? Did you have to work
Yeah,
on Monday?
I did. Or no, not Monday. Sorry, I've been thinking it's Monday all day today. I didn't have to work Monday, but I had family over Saturday, so I had a bunch of family over at a cookout. I had a good time, man. Spent a lot of the day in the sun. I mean, much needed. Us
Yeah.
Michiganders, we need to soak in as much of that as we can get, man.
Yeah, it turned out to be a pretty good day. We ended up taking the kids out, played some kickball, and went over to her parents' house and had a barbecue and stuff like that. So
Okay.
turned out to be a pretty good day. That's why we didn't have our show yesterday. Part of the reason and for the holiday.
Yeah, I ended up. I used the time we took. Logan came, so we took him to the fair. Him and Ellie took him to the fair. They had a fair on 23. I don't even know really what fair it was. It wasn't very big, but you gotta go get your food, get the elephant ear in, went on some rides.
Yeah.
The only one Ellie wanted to go on with me was the swings, man.
Saturday you were with them.
See, yeah, I keep saying Saturday. See, that's what I'm saying. I've been thinking it's Monday today, and I've been thinking
The
yesterday's.
whole weekend has everything all
It's
messed
everything's backed up for me. The extended weekend just screwed me all up.
up for sure. I get that.
But yeah, so it was fun, man. I hate the price of living in this house, but when everybody can come over and hang out in the yard and do a barbecue and there's plenty of room, it's nice.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But, back
Well,
to back to football.
yes, sir. Well, first game, Friday. Battlehawks run it up. So 39 most points scored so
Yeah.
far. 39-13 at Brahmas. So this is that weird game we were discussing to where Battlehawks were wearing their gray at home, which
Yeah.
kind of weird. Probably felt like a color rush game. Remember that era?
Yeah. I think they should have like a color rush, like an alternate that they play once a year or something, maybe.
I'm sure they will, but right now it's all about money. They gotta establish themselves. They're not ready to flaunt stuff like that yet. They're not ready to experiment with Nike.
But yeah, we kind of called this game. We figured that the Battlehawks would dominate over the Brahmas.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it sucks to say, but they are like the worst team in the league.
they are, man. And yeah, it does. I thought it would be more. There'd be more contention from their side, I guess. But there's just not much, and especially, I mean, Silver's got in the game, and what did he end up with? So he ended up with 135.4. So he only threw one touchdown, but 100 yards, 10 average. Wow, that's the most even stat line I've ever seen. So 7 for 10, 70%, 100 yards, 10-yard average.
For Jaden's stat line, I told you that, right? He had
three
three receptions
rushes
for 150 yards, 50 yards per
Oh,
run.
returns, you mean?
Average.
Yeah, 3 returns for 150 yards. Yeah, 50-yard average. Longest was that 86-yard rip. I thought he was taking it, man.
Yeah,
I really did.
I was like, yes, go Jaden. And in that moment, I'm just rooting for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you feel about Silvers? I mean, he obviously they nonstop talk about he's the best pure passer, but I mean he came out ripping right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he came out. He played good. It's a good backup to have heading into the playoffs or into the postseason.
Did you see that?
Oh,
so I heard them say something. I wasn't looking up stats.
Well, I think we scored the most points this season against DC when we scored 38.
They really did. They even called on the broadcast. That second rushing touchdown right up the middle. I can't remember. I don't recall who it was right off the top of my head, but they just gave up. It was arm tackles and one of their safeties. It might have been a corner that pulled over into the box, but Pete just was like, "No, I'm not doing that today, man." But I mean, that's a long, miserable season that they've had. You
You
know,
see that?
like-
They should split the game between Duggan and Silvers and see who should be the starter during the playoff game.
I think that's honestly hard because Duggan he's coming up with wins, but it's a lot of it with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that? I mean, you have Butler, and it seems that the duo of Duggan running it and pulling everybody in, mixed with Butler and a double move or just a streak on the outside is working. But I think obviously he's more.
You have to have more in your arsenal than just that going into playoffs. I mean, yeah, it's against the same teams, but everybody knows that playoffs it's just different,
right?
Yeah. So
yeah, he got Silvers hit him for that 22-yarder. So
it's week 10. It's kind of another one of those weeks where it doesn't really mean anything if you were to lose a game. So why not get film on both guys?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and
then maybe you can figure out a way to successfully run a dual quarterback system if you needed to.
Successfully run a dual quarterback system.
No, but
did you hear yourself?
Figure out who should be your starter and who should be, sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely need to do. I mean, which we'll talk about later, but I mean, what we're planning on doing, which seems like it, half and half to just get some film out there, which to not run a quarterback system, but have two quarterbacks, that's really the most efficient way. I mean, you don't want to go quarter, definitely not drive, because that doesn't work on any level. So either you have a package quarterback that you put in for like gadget plays or like if you need yardage, or you give a quarterback a half if you're testing them out.
Yeah, I see. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that about our game. But crap, he put one up. Say Duggan's not that good of a passer. I don't think he's that good of a passer either.
I don't either, but that's how I feel. I mean, at this point in the season, I mean, I know Silver's just kind of thrown in and he's very efficient and the best thrower of the football, as they like to let us know. I think that Duggan is running an offense that's been consistently winning with their, the balance of their team. So
yeah,
you start upsetting that and you start, say it's Silvers and then you're just you get a couple quick scores and your defense is on the heels. So now you're in a boat race the whole time.
Yeah, they're on like a 5-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
yeah.
And I apologize to everybody ahead of time. One of my dogs is in heat and she's outside, and my male dog is going nuts. If you can hear him going nuts in the background, I apologize.
So they had that rookie go rip off. He had some good runs. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. I'm trying to find it right now. Latalis.
Yeah, I remember he was in for a little bit.
Because he was the one who scored that touchdown I was talking about earlier. But see, it's hard when you look at the Battlehawks because they do have a potent offense, but which do you want? Because right there what Desmond's talking about, they do need to spread the ball around, but do you want to mess up if it's not broken? Why are you fixing it? But it is a playoff game, so you gotta play your best hand. Well, not this week, but what we're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just pulling up a different site for stats and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Oh man, he's loving it, huh?
Yeah, you hear him? He's going crazy.
All right, well, yeah. So the Battlehawks now are top of the UFL.
Yep. But that's okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not a terrible thing. It's how it's falling into place is exactly how we thought, but maybe not exactly the number. But again, these next 2 weeks are kind of not a wash, but it's hard to really judge or even evaluate a lot of this when you're tossing in different quarterbacks, which happen in a lot of these games. So
right, and like the bottom like the bottom 4 teams when they're playing, it's like they can exercise different people and see who's going to be here next year because some of these vets might not stick around. You
He's not Justin Herbert.
know, newsflash.
Yeah. All right. Well, you want to get in the next game?
Yeah, the Renegades, they've finally finished a game.
Mm-hmm. I really had a feeling going into this game. We talked about it that they were just going to end up losing in overtime.
Yeah.
Go figure.
But no, it's a good thing. I mean, it sucks it's a little too late in the season, but Renegades actually finished the game, like we said.
And they stuck with Perez. I mean, Ayler's got that touchdown, but
yeah, they did have Ehlers in for a little bit. I remember that.
I think it was literally he threw one pass, I believe. Can't find those stats now. Yeah, he did. He went 1 for 1, 2-yard touchdown.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, you were texting me. What TV's a beast. That guy, he's gonna. It's weird how
he's definitely gonna get an NFL opportunity this season, I think.
And he's gotten so hot recently.
Yeah,
They look good. They look good.
It might be. I mean, who else do they have there for decent receivers?
So speaking of 2 quarterback systems, Perry and Wynn.
Abel, hit on the game.
I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, I think this was supposed to be Perry's game, but I think he ended up crapping the bed on that one.
I mean, he didn't give the game away, at least. You know, I mean, he wasn't like throwing a bunch of picks or anything like that.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing about EJ Perry is sometimes, you know, he can be that guy, but most of the time he's not.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very consistent with it.
How about was it Marquette King had that run? Did you see when he got called out on the set? I didn't know you could run that fast. Like, come on, coach.
Come on, coach.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I mean, we could talk about that for a second. We usually don't talk about attendance too much on here.
Mm-mm.
But I would chalk up most
when it's
of that.
very visible.
I would chalk up most of that to the rain delay, for sure. Because, you know, people do tend to like schedule their day, you know, give these games about 3-4 hours.
And Memorial Day weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but still, we've seen. Well, I guess it is holidays because look at it when Birmingham was they had the game on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah,
and they just broke just over 4,000 or something like that.
So it was a little bit better, but Memorial Day weekend, I feel like, as you're talking about, it's more you're planning your things, you're establishing what you have going on your weekend to visit family, friends, or whatever. So kind of makes sense.
So, but yeah, I didn't catch too much of this game, and I was just looking at that comment. I was about to throw
two quarterback system, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's hard to get comfortable in that kind of situation. Get into a routine
for anyone, not just the quarterback, but
the whole team.
Timing, receivers, anybody, and especially your line trying to protect for that's what's amazing about our line is they even. I know he got sacked a few times, but he's been relatively clean in our pocket, and that's a very different animal when you got Perkins and him behind there. So, anyways, sorry, a little tangent there.
Ooh, I didn't know this. that season ticket members are automatically counted for every game. Few walk
way.
up people buying tickets for that for the most part. The season ticket members. I did not know that.
So they just automatically assume that. So every additional ticket.
Yeah, well, on
That's-
top of season ticket members, there's not
Yeah.
very many.
Right, but that's like opening the can to see really what they have as
Yeah.
season ticket members.
I was at the game. Attendance was about 1,000. We showed up at 8:30. The yacht club was the only people at the game before. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, but
At the
I mean,
game.
dude, I've seen.
We're
some
the only
stuff from
people.
the
We
yacht
show up
club.
before anybody downtown usually.
Yeah, I would say that, but that's because we're trying to set up the tailgates and stuff.
That's
You
true.
know?
But they do that too. Yeah. Well,
Ah,
I
that's
still-
that's what I was talking about that I didn't know that you're counted or not if you, as a season ticket member, if you show or if you don't. So
nice. So it's not like literal in person. It's ticket sales. Is all they're going off. All right.
Right.
Well, yeah, like you said, Renegade's kind of picking it up a little too late. What was Perez's stat line? So he went 20 for 30, 206, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then 108.5 rating. So, I mean, not his best, but not his worst, certainly.
Right.
No interceptions.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Rest
man.
of
I
the
mean, this
others
game
haven't
was
been.
on during our game, so I wasn't watching live. That's for sure.
Yeah, I
Twitter.
didn't really catch much of this game.
Yeah, during the game, it was just pretty much Twitter feed. It was funny just seeing how it was like one game staggered in the other, like how different things happening.
Right.
But I mean, rough season for boats, rough season for the Brahmas, especially getting demolished this way. Both of them. I mean, obviously one's a little bit more than the other. Well, 8 more points, but
Yeah, it's a rough way to end the season.
mm-hmm.
So, but
All right. Well,
your second favorite team.
Yep, Defenders. I mean, do you think that it would have ended differently had Tamu stayed in the game?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, but a lot of people around are saying that all Teamu is doing is just throwing the deep ball.
If he's got it, Russell Wilson made a freaking living in Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to. I mean, he's got more than that. I mean, look, he's hitting. Oh, that wasn't him. When Delilio hit Delilio, however you pronounce his name, when he hit Rollins for that like quick in, it was like it was literally like an off the line in, and he just took that thing to the house, man. That guy's nice. But DC as a whole, like look at their team. If you look at any defensive statistic, any stat leader, sack leader, stuff like that, it's DC. Obviously the Battlehawks are up there as well, but they're a threat, man. They're a big. That's a good team. I can't wait to see them and the Battlehawks go back at it. Not this week, but
yeah,
next week.
that'll definitely be a good game.
Mhm.
For the
We got
XFL conference championship.
We got some good conference championship matches. I mean, whatever about the seeding, which I mean, it seems that it's not going to fall that way anyway, so it didn't matter. But yeah, that's going to be a good game. Yeah. So, what do you got? I mean, it was pretty much the.
I mean, I am surprised a little bit to see the Roughnecks pull it out over the Defenders. But like we've talked about certain matchups on certain days, and Teamu sitting the second half. So
it was cool seeing him on the sideline calling his own offense, though. I always like that aspect of it when you're watching it and you're getting the little snippets as they're going.
Right.
Even was it the Brahmas? Yeah, it was the Brahmas when they had Bowman. He had just gotten there and he was like calling the plays, what he could remember of the scheme and what they're calling. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like,
You know,
"Oh,
to
what are
see
you
that.
running right here?" And he's sitting there and he's like,
Yeah.
"All right, so this is the package we're running."
Yeah. So I lied because whoops, I just closed out the wrong one. It wasn't Roland that got that touchdown. It was Powell.
Oops.
Excuse me. It was Powell with that long touchdown. But I mean, they just have an explosive offense and defense, as we were talking about. But they have a competent quarter or backup as well. I don't think he's. I mean, Etling just lost the game. He did win the game, he lost the game as well for him. So, anyways, I mean, I still think Etling's a little better backup with our system, but he definitely fits in well, especially with the packages that they've pretty much built around Ta'amu. I mean, he's making his run. So now he's up a quarter or a half, excuse me, on Perkins. What do you think that? Do you think that affects the MVP? I think he's got it anyways.
He's up a game and a half on Perkins.
Oh yeah, yep. I was just thinking about this game.
He says, "I don't believe they would." UFL Isaac says he don't believe that they would have won with Ta'amu because Roughnecks were destroying them in the first half.
I mean, McClendon looked. We continue to say he looked real good in this game. How many yards did he have? Oh, 232. I thought he had more than that. It felt like he had a lot more than that. He was just stringing the stuff together, man. And along with their rushing attack, I mean, they had 107. Wow, it felt like more too.
Yeah, the Roughnecks have nothing to lose, so it'll be a dogfight this weekend.
It really will.
And I believe Sims is back active for them.
That's awesome. Imagine Sims touchdown. The place go nuts. I'll cheer.
Yeah. I like talking. I've reached out to Marcus. I'm still trying to get us a package deal from him.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of DC, I mean, they were gnawing at McClendon the whole time. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why he. I like that.
See, Brian, he's the man, stats man.
For real.
I don't know how he keeps it all organized, but
yeah, I don't know. Is it a file? Can you imagine what that file looks like?
Oh man.
Or is it just all up here?
Share the Google Doc.
Yeah, exactly.
Etling is probably the best QB2 in the league.
Yeah, but I mean, who's
underrated?
Who's QB2 for Birmingham though? That's what we're like.
Right.
Which one of the plethora?
QB roulette that we've seen.
Because I mean, Smith would technically be their number 2, their backup. He's a backup, so
yeah,
gives him a run for sure.
Magoo should be healthy. I think he might get some snaps.
Well, maybe in this game. Yeah, maybe in week 10.
Maybe.
But yeah. So McClendon, what did he go? He went 21 for 30, so 70%, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he did fumble 3 times. 2 times. He fumbled 2 times. But he was getting eaten up, man. I mean, it's going to be hard. I don't know if we definitely don't have the push that they get, but it's good to see our defensive line getting relatively healthy going into this game. That's something that I feel like we can lean on in this game. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's a Thursday conversation.
Yeah. Save that for Thursday, man. But anything else about?
I like that. We got to file him that way. That's how he keeps it organized. It's like
1A, 1B. So they just have a bunch of. So all right, does this make it more difficult? Who's QB 1B? Clerical errors.
Yeah. Well, so the Roughnecks got this, and I do think they're looking hot, and they got hot a little too late, man. It took them too long. I wonder how this season would have ended up if they would have started with McClendon.
What's the Roughnecks? Are they Like, are they like 5-4?
Yeah, they're right behind us. They might be 4. 1 second. 4 and 5. So not
They're
directly
looking
behind
to
us,
break
but
even.
yeah, I mean they're even with Arlington. If you look at how the seasons went, where they both had really chaotic seasons.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I mean, it may have been different, but DC's defense definitely was eating them alive, and they pulled through it. I feel like the Houston Roughnecks, they really galvanize when they are their backs up against the wall. You know.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but look at that Birmingham game. They had that 25-point lead on them or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and just blew it all in the second half.
Yeah, but that is true. But I feel like Birmingham more turned it on than they turned it off. But I mean, that's very subjective. So
Yeah.
who knows? We'll see which version we get. Maybe we'll get that second half of the Stallions game. Maybe we'll get the what they had going on this game. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to look up some stats.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Now let's get into our game.
Let's do it.
It was, man, Stallions stop us 26-22. It was freaking close, man.
Which that is perfect. They just stopped us. They stopped us.
Yeah. Yep.
Did we get there? Yeah, but they stopped us. I mean, what? It was
we
literally.
stayed in the game.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been like that ever since I've been watching spring football, which is just the UFL.
Something happens. You know, a missed kick. I mean, that obviously wouldn't have been the difference, but had one.
Yeah.
Fumble
And
recoveries. I mean,
that's
far
what
away.
it was, a missed kick last year.
What, Bates?
Yeah, I think we had a missed kick last year. Like if you go back and you look at all the scores, it's not like they're completely blowing us out. You know what I'm saying?
It's those few plays, man, and this one just didn't fall our way. I mean, we had all 3 timeouts. Driving down the field, we get into position, and especially after the fumble, which I want to talk about this. Did Adonis Alexander cramp up? Did the turf monster get him, or did the ref trip him? What happened there, man? That was
Right.
so weird.
I'm hoping it was just a cramp, but he was back in the game.
Yeah, he was. I know he didn't hurt
yeah.
himself, but it looked so awkward. It looked like he just stopped. Like, all right, I don't.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I think it was just like he got a massive Charlie horse while he was in the middle of
I
sprinting.
think he did, man. It looked it looked ridiculous. I hope somebody has a picture of him like flopping with his hand on his leg. Yeah,
because he like stiffened right up.
Mm-hmm.
His whole leg went straight, and he was just like, "Nope, I'm going down." Like Ricky Bobby, yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Yeah, this is not good. Help me. But yeah, so we get down there, which more from the camera angle, it looked like it, but obviously the deception of the camera angle, it wasn't a touchdown. And we get down there, and then what do you think about? So it was on what were we on the 9? So 3 passes after that. When you have, which everybody's calling the bowling ball now, the Samoa bowling ball. You got him. You might as well just roll him at the pins a time or two and to see, and then go for it after
get
that.
a couple yards at least.
Yeah. Instead, I mean, you put it in the hands of Etling, so you're putting film out there, which I know Coach Nolan has talked about, and he's very passionate about getting these guys on film. But interesting call, very interesting set of calls. But the offense, we were going tit for tat in that fourth quarter, man. We just came up short. Oh, all right. My bad. I wasn't even looking. I didn't realize you were.
Yeah, I was muted. That
Yeah.
teenage kids running through the house, man.
Yeah.
We haven't hooked up the upstairs yet, so we don't have a studio.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, and So, like what we talked about beforehand, before we got on air, is we have a hard enough time beating Birmingham as it is. Do you think it was a kind of like a better thing that we lost this game versus and coming back with a chip on our shoulder in the conference championship with Bryce?
Now hindsight, I mean, I'm forced to believe that, but I'm hoping that it is the way, because I know a lot of people have talked about you can't beat, to beat a team twice or 3 times when you include playoffs is impossible or hard, but beating someone 7 times over the span of multiple seasons,
3 years.
that should be more impossible. So I don't know if that's normally I would say yes, but when the streak just keeps racking up to 7, it's hard to say we don't need this win now before going, because now imagine obviously they're not going to think, oh, we've lost 7 straight. That's not how athletes are built. That's not how competition works. But
yeah, I agree. Like if we would have won, we would have definitely went into the next game with more confidence. Especially, I don't want to make this sound wrong, but with our backup quarterback in.
Yeah, but did you see? I mean, COC now is leading the league in receiving yards. And did you?
Yeah.
I mean, what he's talking about, that he's confident. He's at an all-time high in confidence. I mean, these guys, they know what they're capable of. It just didn't. I mean, they probably are having the same conversations we are. Like, look at these scores. These aren't bad games. We're not playing bad. It just it swings one way or swings the other.
Yeah, I mean, we've been preaching it all since we started the podcast that, like, a lot of these games, it's just a couple of plays. If they would have went the other way, be a completely different game.
I think I started something between Isaac and I didn't even mean to. I thought he was talking about me, but I guess he was talking about the Prowler.
Oh.
But yeah, you talked about it before as well. The running game. That's something I want to kind of talk about, because we've looked very hot in games and we've looked very cold. I mean, obviously people get runs. I mean, McCrary had that run with the weird stutter step. And then Toa had that 19-yard, Toa run. So, I mean, it's not like we don't have our burst, but it just seemed like we were getting more previously.
Right. I feel like our run game has actually slowed down a lot the last couple of games.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we've had little bursts, but it seems like as a whole, we've definitely calmed down. But you kind of talked about it earlier.
Yeah, and I heard somebody else say it, that it's a Bryce Perkins effect. He makes everybody, like, their skill level like multiply. You know what I'm saying? You kind of alluded to it, like he can like make a play last a little bit longer, get that extra half a second before he makes that read. And we've heard it at a game. Him just rip that ball right back from the running back.
Yeah, because he sees something. It's going, then he goes, nope, I can make this. Rips it out. I mean, once in a while it doesn't work out, or he's got to try to jump over somebody, which I'm waiting for a successful one, man. What if we get one in like the playoffs?
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree. He doesn't. He elevates everybody out there, and that's, I mean, he's the leader, and he's distributing the ball, so he's gonna have a lot of say in the way the game goes.
Right, and Coach already said that Rocky's gonna get some playing time this week. Rocky Lombardi. How much playing time do you think Bryce gets?
Bryce, 0. I don't think he's playing in this game.
No,
stupid to play him. At this point,
I think he needs to be in for at least a quarter.
You think so?
Just it's been 2 full games. I think he needs to get back in, see some game time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that first week he
did start slow.
Re-injured it.
Yeah,
and didn't practice the rest of the week.
You want him primed going in. So maybe you do. What, so you're thinking a quarter, half?
I was thinking a quarter.
No, quarter.
Oh,
quarter Perkins, quarter Etling, half Lombardi. I mean, if you're already going for
maybe quarter, half quarter.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll be interesting to say. Maybe he just goes off feeling, but it is. Yep. I mean, Desmond's agreeing. He thinks Bryce should be in for a quarter.
Yeah, I think a couple of drives, a quarter. Just to, I wouldn't say like knock the rust off, but just be able to get back out there and get some game time, get some game film.
Yeah, just get the feel of it. Honestly, I mean, I know it's. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it.
It's been two full weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess when you think about it holistically, he's got to be doing stuff in practice. He had
he's definitely keeping
himself and then a do not practice
warm. But I agree. You don't want him to retweak that ankle.
That's what I'm worried about.
Go out there and not like.
So maybe you go
worry about rushing.
series. Maybe you go. Maybe they go by series. Because you don't want him running out there and trying to hurdle somebody. Imagine, all right, you got one quarter, and jumps over somebody and something terrible happens. You don't want that, and that's where with the side I'm coming from. But now you've swayed me to where he does need some game. He's got to get back there. So,
yeah. But back to our game, and like we said, that like Toa, he's so good, but it just doesn't seem like. I don't like to talk bad about Etling because he has showed out the last 2 weeks when we needed him, but we haven't been able to get the run game going with Etling in.
No, not as effectively. I mean, we had like 105 yards, we had right over around 100 yards, and they were split. It was like 40. Here, let me just click on it. What am I doing? 47 went to Toa, 44 went to McCrary, and Toa had 12. So 12 for 47, and then McCrary was 9 for 44. And then Etling 3 for 15. So overall, 106 yards. I was close.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if you've heard this or not, but Javen White should be making his return.
Yeah, he was on. He got activated yesterday, I believe.
So
or last, I can't remember now. It's all blurring. But yeah, I think he is. So that's gonna be definitely a big help, especially with Frank gone. So
Colburn should be active this week too.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what you do there. That should be interesting.
Does Toa get less carries, or he's been?
I mean, he has, but he's also been thrown in on 1 yard, 1 point attempts a lot and short yards. So I think he's obviously the short yardage back, but you're gonna have to be switching it up. He's got great hands. He had a one-handed catch, so it's hard to deny him a third down if he's productive on first and second.
One thing I have noticed since we're like number one, 1 point conversion team, we have the most 1 point conversions in the league. I've noticed most of them have came from either Toa or Samson.
Mm-hmm. We go to Samson a lot in short yardage. I think I don't know if it's because he's just kind of thrown in there and he gets lost, but they do. Even a lot of our the attempts we don't get, a lot of them are all, going to him. It is odd. I mean, there's assured things. I guess you're going with the hot hand.
That's a good point. Rocky could be the only QB to come back, so let's see if he could be the starter. Ooh. That there's a possibility that Bryce can get another look in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. There's a massive possibility. I think a assured possibility that there's a place for him, which is crazy. Unless he doesn't why did someone like Teamu not go? Oh, I guess he's having a great season. I don't know. It's weird we're early in this dynamic.
We knew you would, Brian.
Oh man. But
I don't know how to say that last name or who that is.
The Stallions, though. So what do you think about their run game? I think that we were able to stop it.
Yeah, we were definitely able to stuff their run game, and having Breland back, I think really helped with that because now we had both edges being set.
Him
And
and Potato. That's why I just keep calling him
Potato.
Patawa, however you
I
pronounce
don't
it.
know how to say it.
Benning Patawa. But yeah, him and Ron Stone, I mean, they were eating up. They had that fumble that they caused the fumble. I think it ended up going towards Patoa, but they were all both in on it, man. That defensive line is definitely heating up like we were talking about.
He likes that CJ Marable fumbles a lot now.
Mhm.
I agree.
Keep it up. And well, then they put in Roundtree, who he had 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, 2, but only 21 yards and 3 attempts. So 2 touchdowns, 3 rushes. Good stat line.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
18 yards. Or sorry, 21 yards. 18 was Maribel. But Jamar Smith, 7 rushes for 30.
Kenny Willekes should be nicknamed Thor.
No, it's got to be it's got to be Thor. That's Anzalone's Thor, dude. He even brings a hammer down.
So, yeah. Just another mad Viking.
Yeah, we got to find him. He can be Ragnar.
Yeah, there we
go. Another ex-Charger. Yeah. I mean, I hate to see him go, but you get to see him. Oh, sorry, I'm just talking about it. It's not even there. Hate to see him go, but you like to see him succeed. Like that's how I kind of feel watching the Brahmas game when Sheardon was in. Anytime he was in, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely starting to have like certain players that I like more.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Not just following the team. You're migrating towards different players.
Yeah, Jaden's definitely one of them. I mean, he started off as a Panther. We'll see if maybe he comes back in the off season. Maybe not. We don't know how well that relationship was.
Yeah. No comment. Yeah. So Deion Kane, again, 2 touchdowns. So I mean he's definitely the red zone target, or I mean sometimes it's not even in the red zone. He just gets
he's just a good target.
Yeah.
But Deion Kane, he's definitely the back half of the season he's been showing out, I feel like.
Toa's brother. Does he play running back as well? I'm very curious. I wonder if he's built the same. Just hard to take down.
No Kane,
no game. Yeah, man. Every game he's dangerous.
Oh, for sure.
And again, I feel like having, just like with us with Perkins, maybe not to quite the same extent, but I feel like Jamar really elevates this team, the Stallions.
Brian wants us to touch on the number 1 wide receiver in the league with receptions, Mr. COC Mariner.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's been having a year.
I think I brought it up earlier, but there we go. COC 528. So, I mean, he's killing it. I think I don't know if you saw I think it was a quote from him from his interview. I think it was James Larson, probably was, but yeah, yeah. He's just like, I think I'm really underappreciated and I'm not talked about enough. Which I agree, man. He's deadly, especially I think in
my eyes, let's be a sleeper, man. Fly under that radar.
Yeah, but he's just you got to speak your confidence for sure. But I think he is. He's not talked about enough, and I don't think that they are necessarily game planning for COC Mariner when they think about it. But it is interesting to see. Brian might know this. How much better he's performing with Etling than he was with Perkins. And I know that obviously they're different quarterbacks, but I think that Etling kind of has a little bit more downfield look. He has had big plays with Perkins, but it seems like they're leaning on him more in Malik Turner ends up getting used more when Perkins is in. I think it's more of a busted play. You know, he's able to find the busted play a little bit more.
Yeah. Or certain quarterbacks
with
have
Perkins.
certain relationships, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
With
gonna see
certain
maybe
receivers.
online. That's what I felt like. I felt like he was getting, at least Etling was looking for him more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, COC, and then we got Toa up there. One thing I saw that was interesting. So if you go to the passing touchdown leaders, look at number 3 and number 6, and we still are only at 14, and Tam was at 17.
I mean, we got a couple weeks left. You might be able to catch up to him.
Well, no, I'm saying that's two quarterbacks. I mean, Etling's killing it with 5. But yes,
Yeah, he's only had 2 full starts.
Mm-hmm. It's on 31 receptions too. Deion Kane's done it in 27. He's got 491. But Chris Rowland with his little plays.
With his little plays.
Yep. There's something else. It'll come back to me. Sorry.
But I mean, anything else you have on the game?
No, I mean, our receiving core still is very versatile, I think. The game, I don't think there's anything. It just came down to it, right what it says. They stopped us, man. I don't really hold any bitterness towards this game because of obviously with it being leading into the postseason, late in the season, everything's already locked up. So not really dwelling on it too much. Yeah, but just when it goes from 6 to 7, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But looking ahead to next week, we'll start off with our tailgate. I plan on being there and hopefully set up by like 11 a.m. I want to have a few good hours to hang out with everyone before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Everything like that. I feel like the last couple were kind of rushed. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have
because it's when they're the early ones, you know.
Yeah.
So here, I'm gonna throw that up there. Finally got it. So yeah, anybody who hasn't, yeah, we're gonna be down there early. I'm gonna be try to get everything set up so we can chill and start cooking the food. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have to consolidate the Twitter chat or X chat.
Yeah. And thanks to everyone that I've thrown in there and that has, participated and, are willing to help out and everything. Parking it depends on if you get there before the attendance and you pay online, it's $20. But if the attendants are there, they try to get you for $30 cash.
Yeah. And they show up they were showing up like right at 9:00. So I think we'll probably have to pay 30 this time, which sucks. But again, you're half a block away. So, and I've paid way more to be way further away, any other time. So another perk of, UFL, not as many people, if you want to consider it a perk.
Oh yeah. The Grand Prix is this weekend, but that's not one of the Ford Field lots, so they're not going to lock the price in for $20.
No, it'll be floating.
Yeah. Mike said he paid $20 cash last time. But we're going to have games. We're going to have music. We're going to have pulled pork. We're going to have burgers. We're going to have dogs.
Desmond's bringing a fat speaker, he said. So
yeah.
I only got the little Bluetooth ones. I'm sure it's Bluetooth, but I'm sure he's got one of them. He's probably got wheels, like a suitcase thing. So he said it's real big. So we're going to have plenty of music, plenty of food, plenty of
giveaways. We got merch to give away. We're also going to do another special merch giveaway. This shirt, we've talked about it before on the channel. It has signatures by 30 people on the team, between players and coaches. We're gonna figure out a way to whatever money is made off this, we're gonna donate it to a charity.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't figured out what charity yet.
I think it will be that one that they were supporting during the game. I can't remember. Mike knew what it was. We just have been lazy and haven't looked into it.
I mean,
All right,
we could always text Jeremiah and ask what charities they've supported this season.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man, everybody's allowed. Like,
well, he's asking where it is. I was just showing.
Oh no, UFL Isaac. He was asking if Roughnecks fans are allowed. Yeah, man. Everybody's welcome at the tailgate we had for the San Antonio game. We had the Horns Forward podcast people there.
The district defender at the DC game.
Defender.
Even one of the defenders' dads. I mean, we've said it a bunch of times, but one of the defenders' dads drives a bread truck around. So he came and he was giving everybody hot dogs and hamburgers and donuts and free bread and stuff. So, yeah, anybody's welcome, and more the merrier for sure.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of food, so we're definitely not gonna be turning people away. Yeah.
So,
because
you got to walk that far.
Yeah, Mr. Desmond, he got a crap ton of burgers, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said like 96 of them.
Yeah, which I am.
So we need, and then the pork butt I plan on getting is gonna be like 9-10 pounds.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just gonna. Everybody's bringing stuff, man. I don't know what to bring, so I'm just gonna I'm grabbing buns, so nobody grab buns.
Yeah, buns and chips.
Yeah.
Mike, you can bring a cooler and some drinks, man.
No.
Just call Mike out.
Yeah. All right. Well, we gotta get the hecky off of here, dude.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to show everybody this, by the way. This is what I was drinking for Memorial Day. Real American beer. It's by Hulk Hogan. Not a sponsor.
Did I show you this?
You got it, huh?
Yeah. I got that for being a 6-month member of Derek's channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So sent it to me in the mail.
Shout out to Derek and the Lion
Syndicate. Yeah, Derek at Lion Syndicate. Yeah. Hopefully he shows up to the tailgate. Desmond, I know you're working on that.
The USA. You're goddamn right.
Buns for the burgers.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna bring buns, but yeah, man.
Oh yeah. One more thing. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are aware, but first 2,000 fans get a bobblehead of Jake Bates. So what we plan on doing is it'll probably be about 10:30. We'll start packing up and cleaning up, and we'll start doing the raffles. That way we can start heading down to the doors to be part of the first 2,000 fans to get a bobblehead.
Right. We want everybody to be. So I'm not trying to get caught with not my pants down, but my tent up, I guess. And trying to rush over there.
So yeah, I don't want to miss out on that.
No. And Jake's going to be there, as Brian so swiftly let us know we forgot. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he'll be floating around somewhere.
He's very incognito. Can't tell.
Yes, 1:30. My bad. I'm so stuck on the fucking freaking 12 o'clock games. I said 11:30 or 10:30.
Oh, okay.
Kickoff is 3 p.m.
I know, that's all we got. We got a regular tailgate with beer. I feel like I couldn't drink at the other ones. It's like, dude, I can't do this. It's too early.
It's too early. It's 9 in the morning. I shouldn't be having beer right now.
Exactly.
These aren't even day beers. These are morning beers.
Boom. But yeah, so tailgate. I have a bunch of people coming, so I gave some tickets away to the Panther Den. I have Ellie's coming, Bree's coming, I'm coming, her brother, her brother's son, her dad. Dude, there's a bunch of people coming. It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited.
So, yep. And then I'm gonna donate a couple more tickets to the Den, and also I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 left over that I can just give up to people that are walking by if they're interested.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, why not, man? All right, well, see you guys Thursday.
yeah, yes, Thursday. So 2 days.
That's a wrap on
Quick
33,
turnaround.
man. Yeah.
Man, and the season's almost over. It sucks.
I know. One more. We gotta go out with the bank. 15,000. We hit 15K, man. We got this. We're gonna coax them in with our tailgate. Get them to come in. We got this.
Oh yeah, and Pablo will be at the tailgate. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Confirmation. Pablo will be there. Oh yeah, and I got a whole stack of stuff from the Panthers guys. So for the giveaway. So I think I got was it 10 of
yeah,
them?
thanks to the Panthers, we have some merch to give away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He literally just handed me a big stack. So it's all large and extra large, I believe. So nothing small, unfortunately. That stuff sells out quick. It's hard to get your hands on. But we got what we could.
Yeah, at least we got something.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Well,
all right. And as always, Panther fans, remember,
let's hunt.
hunt.